Hi, welcome, and thank you for tuning into Kirb Appeal, a limited series celebrating the 30-year history of everyone's favorite little pink hero, Kirby. I'm Alex Reynolds, and today we're going to be diving into Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, so let's hop on a warp star and head back to the year 2015.
It's Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Join Kirby on Wii U by guiding him on his playful adventure. You can draw on the Wii U gamepad to create rainbow ropes and help Kirby avoid attacks, collect stars, and blast through obstacles. There's no one right way to go, so you gotta get creative. Get roped in with Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, exclusively on Wii U. Rated E for everyone.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse was released in Japan on January 22, 2015, and in North America on February 20, 2015. On January 7th, a shooting that claimed the lives of 12 people at Parisian satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo prompted anti-terrorism demonstrations around the world attended by more than 1 million people and 40 world leaders.
This is France's response to the attacks. It feels like the entire French nation has come here to march peacefully and show they will not be terrorized.
On June 26th, the United States Supreme Court ruled that same-sex couples had the right to marry nationwide, establishing a new civil right and pulling 13 outlying states into the 21st century.
We're gonna get married! We said that'd be a conversation.
In July, after 9 years, NASA's Horizon spacecraft completed humankind's first flyby of Pluto, taking the now famous Pluto heart photo and gaining new information about Pluto's 5 moons.
Space!
In pop culture of 2015, everyone was talking about The Dress, Pizza Rat, and Katy Perry's Left Shark. Top music of 2015 included Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars, Blank Space by Taylor Swift, and Take Me to Church by Hozier. Popular movies of 2015 included Mad Max Fury Road, Ex Machina, Jurassic World, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water.
Plankton?
It's Plankton!
On television in 2015, top-rated comedies included Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Baskets, and Key and Peele.
You done messed up, Aaron!
The most popular animated television of 2015 was Steven Universe, Bob's Burgers, and Gravity Falls.
Mommy, is the floating head going to eat us?
Yes, Charlie! Yes, he will!
Other popular video games of 2015 included The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, Bloodborne, Rocket League, and Fallout 4.
Enjoy, baby.
Baby, enjoy toy. Mommy buy for you.
Enjoy entertainment, baby.
I will take a hammer and fix the baby.
While popular indie titles included Journey, Shovel Knight, and Undertale, which, if you're a Kirby fan and haven't played Undertale, I cannot recommend it enough. The two share a common whimsy and emotional resonance with a hint of darkness that I absolutely love. Go check it out. At Nintendo in 2015, on July 11th, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata passed away from complications due to a bile duct tumor, garnering international mourning and Tatsumi Kimishima's short-lived tenure as Iwata's successor.
In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer.
Prior to that, Nintendo saw the release of Mario Party 10, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, and Splatoon. And prior to that, the Wii U saw the release of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. One of the driving forces behind the creation of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse was the desire to integrate both the Wii U gamepad and traditional Wiimotes simultaneously in multiplayer gameplay. They knew they had the drawing mechanic from Kirby Canvas Curse in their back pocket, so that became the jumping off point for the rest of its design. But even though they had the mechanic, it's not like the folks at HAL Laboratory to rest on their laurels. One of the things Kirby games are known for is stretching the capabilities of their console, and so the medium of clay was chosen because it could better utilize the 3D features of the Wii U. Not only that, but according to art director Teruhiko Suzuki, clay was a means through which to highlight Kirby's softness and ability to transform. It was always meant as a visual aesthetic rather than a gameplay mechanic as it was in Kirby's Epic Yarn. Whether this was a feature or a bug divided critics of the game when it came out. But it wasn't unprecedented either. Kirby's Dream Land 3 was presented entirely in a crayon and paper style, but that was never an incorporated aspect of the game. Because it was an aesthetic choice, they leaned all the way into it. The game features industry standard 60 frames per second gameplay, but individual character movements were slowed down to better mimic the jerky style of claymation. But ironically, this was the first Kirby game in HD, as it was also the first and only Kirby game for the Wii U. This was also the first and only Kirby game to use physical artwork for its promotional materials. While the environments and characters of the game were generated digitally as usual, the landscape of Green Valley and all the characters featured on the box art, posters, and print ads were actually crafted by hand at HAL Laboratory in traditional claymation style. Kazushige Masuda stepped in as director, having previously served in that role for the sub-games of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And while the game is a spiritual sister to Kirby Canvas Curse, virtually none of the team responsible for that game returned for this one, mainly because the two were released 10 years apart. Another big difference between this game and Kirby Canvas Curse is in the size of the stylus pad. Because the Wii U's gamepad is larger, it allowed for larger rainbow paths for Kirby to travel on, and more opportunities for Kirby to dash and generally move quicker. This made for not only faster gameplay, but additional challenges more dependent on speed. Bandana Waddle Dee is the second player in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, but also the third player and the fourth player. When asked why not Meta Knight or DDD like it had been in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the developer stated that those who join multiplayer have one responsibility: to protect Kirby. And it was their opinion that historically, characteristically, and categorically the only one for the job was the only one who has never actively fought Kirby before, and the one with a spear. Funnily enough though, this game includes a friendly fire component whereby Kirby loses a star if he's hit with a rogue Bandee spear. Additionally, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse marks the first time a Waddle Dee speaks, even though it's basically just... He is also the only Waddle Dee to appear in this game.
Where the rest of them Waddle Dees at? There are no rest of them!
Separately, clay models for King Dedede and Meta Knight do exist in this game as collectible figures, even though they aren't in the story of the game at all.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse was announced at E3 2014 and included a demo for the first 3 levels of the game, which was made available to the wider Wii U audience several months afterwards. Shogo Sakai stepped in as lead music composer for the second time after Kirby Mass Attack, and together with music composer Megumi Ohara and sound designer Masaki Iwasaki, created an entirely original and at most remixed soundtrack for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse that is, with all due respect to OG sound designers Jun Ishikawa and Hirokazu Ando, one of the best, if not the best, musical arrangements in a Kirby game ever. Makiko Omoto returns as the voice of Kirby, primarily with exclamations of "Fire! Fire!" And apart from that, there is no verbal or written dialogue in this game. The story is presented through in-game extras and the opening cutscene, which sets the stage like this. Another day, another dimensional portal being ripped open in Popstar's atmosphere. This time, the parallel world is Seventopia, which our main antagonist Dark Crafter, in the guise of Glacia, split into 7 separate lands. Green Valley, Yellow Dunes, Indigo Ocean, Blue Sky Palace, Orange Woodland, Red Volcano, and Purple Fortress. If, like in Kirby's Return to Dreamland and Kirby Triple Deluxe, you take the first letter of each level in order and put them together, it spells Giborp, which is nonsense, but each level title correlates to a different color of the rainbow. And the Dark Crafter seems motivated by color itself. He sucks all the color from Popstar and other places too, presumably, and uses it to create the 7 lands of Seventopia, but also keeps a vibrant and flowing rainbow for his own bloated sack of a body. And only once he's defeated can the color be returned to Popstar. It's never explicitly stated or even implied that Dark Crafter is any relation to Dark Matter or Dark Star, but he is of the right shape generally and cycloptic like that family of creatures, so the theory is sound. Personally, I like to imagine Dark Crafter as the Uncle Albert to Dark Matter's Mary Poppins. Dark Matter is very no-nonsense, out there covering the land in darkness and trying to build an empire. Meanwhile, Uncle Dark Crafter is bouncing around the ceiling like, I just love colors! Give me all the colors! At any rate, Dark Crafter uses the possessed Glacia, who may or may not be related to Drossia and Paintra, to infiltrate Popstar to abscond with all the color and also the life. Lucky for Kirby, Glacia's best friend Aline comes after her to try and stop the evil plan. Aline is a fairy who shares features with a paintbrush. Upon arriving in Popstar, she revives both Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee, who chase Glacia away and agree to help Aline restore peace to Seventopia and get color back to their world. Side note here that Aline had no idea who Kirby or Bandana Dee were when she arrived, she only revived the nearest creatures at hand. It makes me wonder how easily we could have revived literally anybody else, like the Waddle Doo, Cappy, and Broom Hatter who were frozen. I would play a game as those 3 for sure. Anyway, Kirby travels to Seventopia with Aline, liberates Glacia from Dark Crafter's control, and they restore all the color to Popstar. It's unclear actually what happened to Seventopia. According to Aline's diary, Dark Crafter used Popstar's colors in order to create the 7 separate worlds. But if that's the case, then what is Seventopia without those stolen colors and 7 separate worlds? Where do Aline and Glacia actually come from and live? What is the difference between Seventopia and the 7 separate lands created by Dark Crafter? It's my assumption that all of the separate lands of Seventopia recombine into a more unified, rainbowish planet once Dark Crafter is defeated, not unlike the end of the 1989 VHS classic We Sing in Sillyville, although that was a much more blatant commentary on xenophobia.
Look at all those colors!
Yes, but look at all these colors!
Anyway, Seventopia is a unique land almost entirely populated by new characters, but there are a lot of familiar Popstar troublemakers in this new world as well, which leads us to this episode's minor troublemaker roll call. We have Barampa, Blado, Blipper, Bombs Away, Bouncy, Bouncy Sis, Bronto Bert, Bronto Knight, Bizztbulb, Cannon Kata, Karpa, Clayball, Kata, Kata General, Kata Knight, Crabbo, Danglesloth, Deep Sea, Deathskulk, and Deathskulk King, who are both floating bull skull enemies that insta-kill Kirby on contact. I never thought I'd find something more horrible than a Scarfy, but
this doesn't mean that I like you.
Drillkata, Explordle, Gondola Bizztbulb, Gordo, Grabhand,
Alright, don't get so grabby.
Grindar, Grinky, Hothead, Megakata, Mega Grindar, Mini Deepsea, Sawgill, Shieldster, Shockkreepa, Shotzo, Sorar, Spearkata, Spearkata Knight, Sportle, Sportletini, Thornsby, Tracker, and Warp Space. I have to talk about Warp Space. These little freaks only exist in one stage, and their whole function is to eat Kirby and pass him out their other end. Triple Deluxe had its own gross body horror with Barbar, and now Rainbow Curse has Warp Space. Excited for the next game.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Anyway, there are no mid-bosses in Kirby Canvas Curse unless you count the giant mechanical goose Bastron, but our bosses are Wispy Woods, Hoop Lagoon, the Claken, Wispy Woods again, Hoop Lagoon again, the Claken again, and finally Clacia and the Dark Crafter. All of these bosses are defeated through variations of the same run into them real hard tactics, which is the primary driver behind Kirby and the Rainbow Curse's gameplay. Kirby's moveset is nearly identical to that of Kirby Canvas Curse, with players using the Wii U gamepad to interact with Kirby using the stylus. Players can use the stylus to paint rainbow lines for Kirby to roll across, with loops speeding him up. Otherwise, they can tap Kirby to give him a boost of speed for knocking down obstacles or enemies. Although, as one viewer of my Twitch stream pointed out, Kirby hasn't actually been turned into a ball in this game. You can see his arms and legs, so he just decided to roll around this time for fun. Apart from Kirby being a ball, it's a pretty standard linear journey through the 4 stages of each level. Each stage contains stars for Kirby to collect, and every 100 collected gives Kirby a turbo boost for breaking down tougher barriers and tougher enemies. Like Kirby's Epic Yarn, there are also opportunities for Kirby to transform into different vehicles like a submarine, a rocket ship, and a Kirby tank. Each time Kirby takes a different shape, he spends a moment in the shape of one of the original animal friends from Kirby's Dream Land 2. The Kirby tank is made from Rick the Hamster, the submarine is made from Kine the Ocean Sunfish, and the rocket ship is made from Coo the Owl, who, I cannot say this enough, has the best version of his theme song in this game. Part of the reason the animal friends were incorporated is because these vehicle transformations of Kirby's were originally meant to appear in Kirby's Dream Land 2, but were replaced by then director Shinichi Shimomura with the animal friends, something that I mentioned in that game's episode. Actually, no, HAL Laboratory shelved the tank idea in favor of some new friends. More on them in a minute, more on the Kirby tank in like 10 years.
See, I did say that.
Very clever.
The main story in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse consists of 28 stages, but the challenge mode has 40, and true to its name, the challenge mode is challenging. Most challenge stages consist of 4 rooms, each requiring the player to retrieve a treasure chest through a Kirby ball maneuver, defeating one or several enemies, or otherwise solving a puzzle in less than 15 seconds. But then there are the Ultra Challenge rooms that require Kirby to solve 12 of these treasure rooms in a row, and failing to retrieve any one of these treasures is an insta-death for Kirby that requires you to go back to the beginning and start over. I stayed up so late trying to beat these. The story mode is not without its own level of challenge, but the game builds in a failsafe in the form of a stage skip option that pops up after Kirby loses several lives in the same stage. It's helpful for inexperienced gamers or those just looking to progress the story, but I have to admit there was a part of me when I saw that screen asking if I just want to skip the level that went, no, I can do it, and it just made me want to try harder to get good, so it's useful in a few ways. Treasure boxes aren't just for challenge rooms in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Each stage has anywhere from 2 to 5 hidden treasure boxes. Each treasure box results in either a collectible figurine or a music track, both of which can be pulled up from the main menu. Each stage also has its own version of the goal game at the end, which is a carousel of prizes from a single star to 50 stars to 3 extra lives to a page from Aline's Secret Diary, which is the final extra of the game. Aline's Secret Diary is a series of entries written and illustrated by Aline, giving backstory of the game and information about various characters along with adorable illustrations. Collecting all of these pages is one of the most challenging feats of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, but you can't unlock the final challenge room without collecting all of those pages, and you can't get 100% on the game without that final challenge room, so happy collecting, I guess. And finally, the game supports the Kirby, Meta Knight, and King DDD amiibo. Meta Knight gives Kirby extra speed on a dash, King DDD gives Kirby an extra health container, and the Kirby amiibo lets Kirby use the Star Dash whenever he likes. I have been looking forward to playing this game since I first started this channel, and while the emulator wasn't perfect, I still enjoyed the heck out of it. You can see my Twitch playthrough of the first level on the channel already, but for highlights from the rest of my adventures with Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, I go to this episode's actual play segment I like to call Kirby Your Enthusiasm. Here we go. Has Bronto Burt always had such prominent eyebrows? $100. What does turbo-powered Kirby tank look like? That's incredible. Out of my way, bouncies. And I don't know what you guys are. I don't appreciate you one bit. They look very tired, whatever they are. Fire, fire, fire everything! Bouncy sis! Oh no! They bested the Kirby tank. Get him! Alright, jump. Jump, Kirby tank. Get that treasure. That's all that matters here is the treasures. Get that one up. Get those fabulously eyebrowed Bronto birds. Pow, 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 pow. Only want the treasure. Only need the treasure. Getting all of them. I'll get them all. They're making such horrible faces. Why? Alright, let's get through. Alright, what's next? Oh no, I didn't get them all. I could have, though. Oh, and that's the end of the Kirby tank. Well, I will miss it. Yeah, a book! Love getting a book. Is that a gold? I think it's a gold. Heck yeah. Kirby tank. Love the Kirby tank. And the Waddle Dee tank, I assume, if Waddle Dee is brought into play. Wonderful. Alright, Lagoon, Relic of the Ruins. You're mine. I've never heard of you before, I've never seen you before in my life. I don't know what you are, I don't know what to expect. We're rushing in anyway. Let's keep going. Down we go. Okay, simple enough. To find you. And now, what are you? Oh. Some kind of a horrible man. Let's get him. I see what's going on here. Yes, yes. Alright, oof. Not so much. Oh, he's squashing me. Yes, we'll take that. I'm gonna need that milk, thank you. Break it, yes. Okay. I'm wise to your game now. Not wise enough to avoid your attacks, though. Yikes. Okay, and there's more health for me. Now, is this something that I can, like, avoid, or... Is this in any way? This is in no way doing anything to him. So what do I need to attack now, then? Is he gonna squash me? He's gonna squash me. Dang, so I think that I need to do, like, my turbo move on his metal... on his metal part after that point in the battle. So I know now. Figured it out. There we go. Simple enough, easy peasy. Collect all the stars I can. Right, and no, get that one. There we go. Smack him again. Haha! Again and again we smack him. Go, 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 Kirby, go! Ha ha ha! I need more stars. I need more stars. There we go. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. There we go. Was that it? Was that all I had to do? Perfect. So long, Plava Laguna. I've already forgotten your name, as will the annals of history. Who are you? It doesn't seem like I can hurt you in any way. Oh, I can. I just have to get your fleshy bits. Alright, and the next clam, please. Whoop, thank you. And that clam. I bet one of these clams is gonna have a treasure chest, and it's gonna take me a very skilled maneuver to get it out. Oh, a puzzle piece. Alright, give me that puzzle piece. I'm going through you. Just for good measure, let's get that guy. Fire, 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 fire everything. Ah, yes. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. That little homing blipper. I'm sorry. You kept following me. If you didn't keep following me, we wouldn't have a problem. It looks like I should be able to blow that wall up, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm certainly not going to waste, like, a turbo on that. Right, I can get through to the treasure, and that's all that matters. Now, I can take the blippers down. Sorry, Blipper. You know I love you. A milk. What? Oh, no. Hey, hey. Bomb crab. And a hot dog? Well. Now get up there. Yes! I get everything. Oh, well, now give me that star. We gotta stop these missiles at the source. I don't think we've missed any treasures so far. I don't want to jinx it. All right. Treasure. Woohoo! That was close. I always get them down to the wire, though. So, that's fun. I lost the first, like, 3 or 4 that I did just because I wasn't prepared for how immediately it was going to start counting down the time. Pizza? Give me pizza! Love that soggy underwater pizza. Is there any other kind? Oh, get him, get him, get him. I say get him, get him, get him, get him. Alright, don't really need that M tomato, but we're gonna grab it anyway. Get up there, get in there. Okay. Dang, one touch kill lava. Whew, that sucks. Because, I mean, normally, I can at least, like, land in the lava and then get myself out of it. That's usually how these levels go for me. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do if I can't have that little tiny bit of insurance. Oh, man. Get up in that goo. Didn't quite make it to that star, but... Let's see, I think... Nope. Not enough time. Okay, so I think that the easiest way to do this... Maybe. There we go. Yahtzee. Let's go ahead and get that one up out of there. And those extra stars. Okay. Worth it. Nope, nope, watch out, watch out. Oh, what a ridiculous looking person. Okay, am I going to become Kirby Rocket and go chase after him? Oh, nope, I don't want to skip. What are you gonna make me into? Kirby Rocket. Let's go. I'm gonna save the day. Oh yeah, forgot how to do this for a second. Okay, I got 100 stars. I sure did. Get him in the butt. Yes. Perfect. Okay, I'm really close to you now. Here, we're gonna get some distance. We're gonna get some distance. Okay, so he's gonna keep doing that until I get 100 stars again and can get him. And I'm going to get him now! Alright. Maybe one more of those? I would hope. Yes? Maybe? Oof. Oh no. Oh no. It's too much. I can't believe I have to start over. He's such a dork. He's such a dorky looking guy. I missed. Oh, get up, get up. I got 100. Think you're so funny? How's that? How's that for funny? Okay, this is a little bit complicated. No, are you kidding me? No, stop. I am clicking on the Kirby rocket so that it does the supercharge. Did I lose my supercharge because I hit one of those mines? Must have. Would have really liked that milk. Hey, come on. Give me more stars. Get him. Yes. More. This is not sustainable. I could have used that health. This is really tough. Nope. Can't get it. Got 100. Can't waste it like I did last time. Let's get him. What? Oh, come on. That's not fair. There has to be like some semblance of an auto-aim feature for that, right? Give a Kirby a break. Get him. That's right. Click, click, click. Get him, get him! Ooh, that was close. That was close. Alright. I will show you. See, I'm cornering myself, trying to shield myself from these things. Definitely needed that. Didn't get those in time, for sure. That was close. That was close, too. Also close. Oh, dang. Okay, but it's okay. Come on, give me an opening, buddy. Get him, get him, get him! Oh, yes. I didn't think he was going to give me an opening, I just had to go for it. No, and she's so worried. What have you gifted me with? A warp star, so I can go back home. And fix all of my friends, I assume. Wow, okay. We did it. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse received generally positive reviews, with most critics absolutely in love with the claymation style. Nintendo Life called it the prettiest game on the Wii U up to that point. However, most critics found the gameplay came second to the visuals, voicing disappointment with the lack of variety in boss fights, the limiting nature of the stylus controls, and the lack of integration of the clay medium into more gameplay mechanics. The aggregate review score for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is a 75%, but I am going to turbo boost that up to 95%, so take that. I'm actually sad to be done playing this game and to be leaving this clay world. I think it's a valid point that the gameplay itself is simpler than other entries in the series, but as a result I feel like I was given more time to appreciate the visuals, the animation style, and of course the music. I even like the fact that each boss is given a second run at Kirby in a new aesthetic, and my favorite was this episode's MVP, the most valuable Poyo of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, the Claykin. Aside from having the best clay-related pun name in the entire game, I love his design. He is a squid, he is a pirate, he has a scar, he has a meerschaum pipe. Big Davy Jones vibes, and he also has one of the more dynamic and challenging two-phase boss fights in the game. And according to his second figurine description, he just kind of gives up on being a boss after this, and indeed he never shows up again. The Claykin understood the assignment, nailed it, didn't elaborate, and he left.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you.
And that is a wrap on Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Thank you as always to Azure Flux for the Kirby theme song, I Ate All the Snacks, that is off their album Pocket Boy. You can find a link to their channel as well as all of our sound effects in the description, and thank you as always for tuning in. Our next episode is going to be about Kirby Planet Robobot, and your best chance to see that, as much as I don't want to be known on the internet, is to like and subscribe since I do not have a release schedule. So until next time, this is Alex Reynolds reminding you to be kind, be brave, and consume your enemies. Take care. When asked why not Meta Knight or DDD like it had been in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the developer stated that those who join Markiplier have one responsibility.